Did you ever notice how certain women, regardless of their age, are surrounded by an unusual attraction? Despite the fact that they aren't the youngest or fit the standard of beauty, there is something about them that catches men's attention, makes them want to be near them, and keeps them coming back for more. This is not the result of luck or chance at all. It's about particular routines and behaviors that these women have honed and perfected over time. Habits that naturally make them hard to resist. A person's real charm doesn't just come from how they look. Beauty and designer clothes are only a small part of true attraction. It is based on the kind of energy you give off, how you carry yourself, and your strong sense of self-worth. In this video, I'll talk about 6 powerful ways that a normal woman can become an unforgettable person. I can assure you that you will begin to notice changes if you put them into practice. You'll notice how men interact with you differently, how they start reaching out more often, and how without even trying hard, you begin to attract the kind of attention that once felt rare. Stay with me until the very end, because the 6th behavior is the most unexpected and transformative. The majority of women are unaware that it exists, but once you accept it, everything changes. What exactly sets a woman apart from the crowd? Many people believe that it all has to do with age or physical characteristics, but the truth is much more complex. When compared to someone younger, a woman with life experience can frequently be more enticing. Why? Because she holds something priceless. True self-assurance. She has no doubts about who she is. She doesn't always want to be liked. She knows her value and stands firm in it. Self-assurance of that kind is magnetic. She has been shaped by her emotional life and the experiences she has had. She knows exactly what she wants and what she won't accept. Because of this, she is less dependent on others for attention and more careful about who she lets close. She radiates a mysterious and elegant energy. She doesn't say too much at first. She understands how to maintain interest by allowing curiosity to do some of the work. And the real secret is in that. Men are not only drawn in by appearance alone. The type of energy a woman exudes is what really keeps them interested. Take a look at it. Why do some women still get all the attention, even though they don't look like they should, according to society? Because they exude an unmistakable presence and something deeper. It is captivating how they move, speak, and exist in a space. Men can't look away from a woman who knows how to own this. By itself, her presence piques interest. She doesn't have to chase it. She does everything with her energy. And this is the best part. It is not something that comes naturally to you. It is the result of a few routines and actions that every woman can start doing. Let's start with the first behavior that can change how men view you now that you know the kind of influence you can become. And believe me, when I say that once you put this into practice, you'll start to see real change right away. First and foremost, confidence is observed before anything else. The first thing a person notices about you is how confident you are in yourself, even before they notice your hair, clothes, or makeup. A woman who is proud of who she is the epitome of attention. It shows in your manner of walking, speaking, and conduct in any setting. A woman who knows how much she is worth doesn't wait for other people to tell her. She just lives it. She can shine without anyone's permission. She simply does. Take a moment to ponder. Imagine seeing 2 women upon entering a room, despite her attractive appearance. One slouches avoids looking at others, and appears uneasy in her own body. The other woman is tall, looks people in the eye, and moves like she knows where she belongs, even though she doesn't follow every beauty trend. Which do you think people would be most drawn to? People are drawn in by confidence. And the great thing is, you don't have to be born with it. It can be developed. You can decide to incorporate it into your identity. This is even supported by research. According to a study conducted by Webster University, people who have a lot of self-assurance are regarded as more appealing, even if they do not conform to the conventional beauty standards set by society. Why? Because having confidence conveys power. I know I'm important. I am aware of my desires. Additionally, I do not require others' approval. This kind of energy is more than just visible. It is feline, and it effortlessly draws others toward you. How can you begin to apply this to your daily life? Begin with how you present yourself. With your head held high and shoulders back, walk. Your actions speak more clearly than your words. It conveys doubt if you are always hunched over or looking at the ground. However, if you move with intention, you demonstrate self-confidence to the world. Talk clearly and slowly. Women who are confident in who they are don't rush to explain everything or experience silence. Their speech is thoughtful, composed, and powerful. Don't be afraid to make a statement or occupy space. Show up with presence whether you're in a crowd, having a conversation, or just going about your day. Allow people to feel you. Always keep in mind that how you treat other people reflects on you. Let's move on to the next behavior, which increases your attraction in a subtle way that most women are unaware of. Second behavior. A woman who doesn't cling has the upper hand in the relationship. When there's mystery, love grows. Have you ever noticed that when you stop being too available, a man who used to seem distant suddenly starts chasing you more? This is not accidental. It is a pattern that is based on how people act. A truly captivating woman does not beg for attention. She is not frantic. She doesn't feel good about herself by relying on male approval. She knows that someone else's interest or quick response does not determine her worth. The most memorable women are not the ones who chase other people. They are the ones who make people want to be pursued. Why is this important? Due to the fact that people only value what they believe they may not always have. His efforts diminish when he is certain that you will always be there for him. He doesn't feel like trying, but that interest suddenly comes to life when there's just a little bit of distance or unpredictability. Think of a real-world example. It's possible that you stopped texting at one point or became less responsive, and all of a sudden, the man who had been distant started making more phone calls, paying attention to insignificant details, and making excuses to talk to you. That took place due to the fact that when something becomes too simple to obtain, it can lose its thrill. But the spark stays alive when there is some uncertainty. The challenge is what men like. They enjoy being in the dark. They like the idea that they have to work hard to get your time. Additionally, power lies here. The dynamic is in the hands of the woman in charge who does not rely on a man for her emotional well-being. The tone is set by her. So how can you put this into daily practice? Be not always readily available. A man won't value your time as much if he believes he can reach you at any time. Instead of talking, demonstrate to him that your life is full and balanced. Your priorities are unique. He can also be a part of your world, but but he is not the center of it. You won't need to ask for attention if you handle this with grace. If you are always available, it will come to you. He might become less interested. Give him some time to think about you. Reflect on what you're doing and become curious about your life. Allow him to occasionally reach out. Concentrate on creating your own life. Do not waste your entire day waiting to hear from him. Engage in activities that make you happy. Work on becoming your best self. Follow your passions and chase your dreams. Learn to enjoy being with other people. In your quiet moments, find tranquility. A woman radiates an energy of independence when she is comfortable and enjoys being on her own. That sense of self-assurance is very appealing. Being cold or rude is not the same as being detached. Simply put, it indicates that you value yourself too highly to beg for attention. Your self-assurance alone sets you apart. People naturally gravitate toward those who know what they are worth. Moving on, let's talk about a second powerful quality that women with a lot of magnetism naturally exhibit. Having a personal style that demonstrates your inner power is the third behavior. Your appearance is important, but not in the sense that many people believe. A lot of women think that in order to be noticed, they need to keep up with the latest fashions, wear expensive clothes, or look a certain way. However, that is not the case. The clothes you wear are not what really sets you apart. It's what you wear with them. A woman who is aware of her own personal style carries herself with strength and confidence. She doesn't try to keep up with fashion trends. She selects items that feel authentic to her. She lets her inner strength shine through in her style. Because of this, her presence is enduring. Her appearance does not seek to imitate others. It's about highlighting her individuality. Give it some thought for a moment. When a woman moves gracefully into a room and is dressed in a way that looks and feels natural to her, you notice her. She doesn't have to say anything. Her enthusiasm speaks volumes. A study that was published in Psychology Today says that people often find someone attractive not just because of how they look, but also because of how they act. A lot of things can change with confidence. A woman who is at ease with her personal style is more likely to be noticed than one who conforms to society's beauty standards but lacks self-assurance. It has nothing to do with being different. It's about bringing out the best in yourself. Start by selecting clothes that highlight your best features to create a style that will last. Not everything is suitable for all body types, and that's perfectly okay. The goal is to learn what shapes and fabrics highlight your body, and more importantly, feel good on you. For instance, if you have a curvier figure, dresses that cinch at the waist can beautifully accentuate your shape. If you're tall and slender, flowing styles can introduce softness and balance. Never underestimate the power of color. Each shade carries its own energy and can be a tool to express your mood or personality. Red projects boldness and passion, ideal when you want to make a statement. Black conveys mystery and elegance. It's a timeless classic. White reflects peace and honesty, fostering a sense of calm in those around you. Navy blues suggest intelligence and leadership, making it a strong choice for important conversations. Earthy tones make you appear warm and approachable, helping to build trust naturally. Your hair and makeup should work in harmony with your natural features. You don't need heavy makeup or an elaborate hairstyle to be beautiful. It's all about enhancing what you already have. A few simple beauty tips. A swipe of red lipstick can instantly add charm and confidence. Healthy, glowing skin is always more attractive than heavy makeup. A great haircut that suits your face shape can be transformative, and a signature fragrance can make you truly unforgettable. The sense of smell is deeply linked to memory and emotion, so a scent that fits your personality helps people remember you long after you've left. Find a perfume that matches your inner energy, whether it's floral, sweet, fresh, or woody. Choose something that makes you feel powerful and in control, something that lifts you up every time you wear it. It's not solely about being beautiful, it's about having presence. When a woman understands her personal style and feels confident in it, people notice. That's what makes her truly captivating. This brings us to the fourth powerful trait: cultivating the feminine energy that naturally draws people in. Feminine energy is a huge component of attraction, but let's be clear. Being feminine doesn't mean being weak or dependent. It's quite the opposite. It means you can influence others without force. It's about receiving without demanding and attracting without chasing. Feminine energy is the quiet trust that what you want will come to you without needing to push or control every outcome. It's a calm, quiet belief that things will work out. It's the ability to inspire and lead with grace, all while staying true to yourself. This is why some women don't seem to have to try. People are simply drawn to their presence. Some women fall into the trap of believing they need to take charge in every situation to be attractive. They lead every conversation, do all the chasing, and plan every detail. But this approach often backfires. When you do everything, you leave no room for a man to step up and make an effort. When you fill all the space, there's no curiosity left. And when you're overly focused on control, you can lose your natural glow. In contrast, when you tap into your feminine energy, you create a peaceful and inviting presence. You become someone others want to be around effortlessly. Some women, regardless of age, can walk into a room and immediately command attention. They aren't dressed loudly. They aren't chasing perfection or competing with other women. They simply show up, calm, self-aware, and magnetic. A study from the University of California supports this, finding that men are more drawn to women who appear calm, relaxed, and exhibit open body language. Why? Because it signals confidence and authentic feminine energy. This is the fundamental difference between chasing attention and simply attracting it. So how can you channel your feminine energy powerfully? First, allow him to take the lead sometimes. If you're always the one making plans, he never gets the chance to impress you. This doesn't mean you shouldn't voice your desires, but leave room for him to take initiative. If he suggests spending time together, resist the urge to take over. Instead, ask something simple like, "What did you have in mind?" Let him put in the effort. If he's genuinely interested, he will. Second, practice being fully present in the moment. Many women undermine a beautiful connection by worrying excessively about the future. Will he call? Does he want something serious? This constant anxiety creates pressure, and men can feel that energy, often causing them to pull away because it feels too intense. Instead, be the kind of woman who enjoys the now. Savor the conversations, the laughter, and the time spent together without needing to know what comes next. If he seeks you out, wonderful. If he doesn't, That's perfectly fine too. Her sense of peace doesn't depend on anyone else. Third, cultivate a gentle and measured way of speaking. Your tone of voice and how you express yourself are powerful tools of feminine charm. Speak with intention and allow moments of silence to build mystery and hold attention. Avoid sounding harsh or overly forceful. For example, instead of replying quickly or over-explaining, give space for silence. Pauses create intrigue and keep someone engaged. True attraction often lies not in what you say, but in how you say it. In essence, feminine energy is more of an art than a strategy. When you learn to relax, to receive instead of chase, and to project a graceful presence without pushing, men will naturally feel drawn to you. And the best part? Once you master this way of being, you are in the powerful position of choosing who truly deserves your energy and who does not. The next behavior will elevate your natural charm to an entirely new level, mastering conversation as an art. A truly captivating woman knows that conversation is about much more than just words. It's not about talking non-stop or trying too hard to be impressive. It's about forging a connection that builds curiosity, interest, and emotional pull. How does she do this? By saying fewer words, but imbuing them with more meaning. By using the power of pauses and silence to deepen the connection. By creating a sense of mystery and depth in every interaction. Many women make the mistake of filling every silence with chatter, talking excessively about themselves, or using long, detailed stories to try and win a man's attention. But real charm doesn't work that way. Here's the truth. Studies in psychology show that around 80% of attraction comes from nonverbal cues. In other words, how you say something is often far more important than the actual words. The most magnetic women aren't the ones who speak the most, but the ones who know how to create tension, stir curiosity, and spark interest through their presence in a conversation. So, how can you incorporate this into your own life? First, use eye contact with intention. A single, well-placed look can speak volumes. Don't be afraid of eye contact. Hold a deep, steady gaze for a few seconds, then look away, calmly. Use your eyes to build intensity. Smile gently, then slowly shift your gaze. This simple action creates an instant, subtle pull. Second, resist the urge to reveal everything about yourself too soon. Mystery is a key ingredient in attraction. Many women feel compelled to tell their whole life story in the first few conversations, but this is a mistake. Keep your replies brief and leave him wanting to know more. Use playful phrases like, "That's a fun story, but I'll save it for another time." Don't be afraid to hold some things back for future conversations. Sometimes, what you don't say is even more powerful than what you do. Third, learn to ask questions that spark curiosity and imagination. The best conversations make the other person feel seen and heard. Instead of giving short answers or launching into long monologues about your day, ask questions that open up new avenues of thought. Try questions like, if you could live in any time period, which would you choose? Or, what would you attempt if you knew you couldn't fail? Or, which 3 words would you use to describe yourself? Interesting questions create deeper engagement and foster a stronger emotional bond. Fourth, play with your tone and timing. Your voice has the power to transform a simple phrase into something rich with feeling, or to make it fall flat. Speak at a calm, measured pace. Use a tone that's soft, yet steady. Allow for brief pauses before you speak to build a little anticipation. For example, instead of just saying, "That's interesting," try letting your voice linger on the word "interesting" for just a second. That pause and shift in rhythm can make even ordinary words feel significant. In conclusion, a woman who truly understands conversation doesn't try to impress. She focuses on connecting. She uses eye contact, silence, curious questions, and a sense of mystery. Remember, it's not about saying a lot, but about speaking with presence. The next quality will elevate your personal power even further, embracing independence as a powerful form of attraction. A woman with a full, vibrant life of her own is mysterious, strong, and unforgettable. A common mistake many women make is letting their entire world revolve around a relationship. But true attraction blossoms when you are already a whole person. It happens when you have a life that lights you up and the direction that inspires you. Why is this so crucial? Because a man doesn't want to become your entire world. He wants to be invited into a world that is already shining brightly on its own. Independent women are captivating. They aren't searching for someone to complete them. They aren't waiting by the phone or seeking constant validation. They have their own dreams, passions, and a life full of meaning with or without a partner. Here's a fundamental truth. The women who draw the most admiration aren't the ones who work the hardest to please others. They're the ones whose lives are already so full of color and adventure that others naturally want to join them. Men are drawn to this independence because her energy radiates confidence, peace, and self-assurance. How can you bring this quality into your own life? First, cultivate a purpose that extends beyond any relationship. Your life shouldn't be centered on another person. Find something that brings you joy, a dream, a passion, a personal challenge. Define what you want to create in your life and take concrete steps toward it. Don't hand over the keys to your happiness to someone else. When you're living with purpose, your entire energy shifts. You become more confident, more inspired, and more magnetic. Second, intentionally surround yourself with people who lift you higher. The people closest to you have a profound impact on your energy and confidence. Distance yourself from negative or draining relationships. Choose to spend your time with women who encourage you to grow and who celebrate your successes. Build a circle of friends that elevates your spirit instead of diminishing it. When you're surrounded by uplifting people, your own light naturally shines brighter. Third, commit to lifelong learning and expansion. A woman who is constantly growing is endlessly attractive. Make it a habit to learn something new. Read books, travel, try new experiences, take courses, and challenge your own perspectives. Personal growth transforms you into someone more confident, more interesting, and more in control of her own destiny.